on a weekend where a whole bunch of men ran fast in the 60-meter dash. Kashane Thompson, deservedly so, did get most of the attention. And as a result, people almost missed it when Noah Lyles himself made his return to the track indoors for the 60 as well. Of course he got the victory, although the time itself was not all that special. But if people barely noticed when he got on the track, I know you didn't notice who was behind him, because Jaylen Slade was there, running at the Rad Invitational in the final race behind Noah Lyles. And if that name sounds familiar, there's a reason. Because he was the fastest boy in all of high school a few years ago, back in the year 2021, when America was looking for the next great young sprinter. Jaylen Slade was the only answer you could come up with, because he was the national leader, indoors in the 60, indoors in the 200, outdoors in the 100, and outdoors in the 200. It was always him whenever he stepped on the track. That would have made him the top sprint recruit in his class, and arguably the best track and field recruit across all of the events. But he did not choose to go to college. He actually chose to turn pro, supposedly signing with Adidas, and he even made it to the Olympic trials in 2021, but he appeared to get hurt in those races. And from that moment up until now, we've basically never heard from Jaylen Slade. We never saw him on a college track, and we didn't see him in any high-profile professional races. If you check the results, there's nothing listed on the board, at least online, after the year 2022 under the name Jaylen Slade. So for all those reasons, I have to admit, I was shocked to see him back on the track. I've actually done videos about where are they now for the fastest high school boys in the 100-meter dash, the 200-meter dash, and even the 60-meter dash. And if you're going year by year, you gotta bring up Jaylen Slade's name. And each time, the story keeps ending the same way, that we don't know if we're ever gonna see him on the track again. But now, we have our answer. And it wasn't a coincidence either that he was running in the same race with Noah Lyles, because he is now training with his training group, Pure Athletics down in Florida. If you don't know anything about that training group, allow me to fill you in. The only way you get into that club is you have to prove that you are the best of the best. Almost every athlete there was at the very least an NCAA champion before they joined that group. And if you really remember who Jaylen Slade was just a few years ago, then he technically fits in just fine with that training group. But now that he's back on the track, officially, the real question that comes up is what should we be expecting from him going forward? It's hard to answer that question, because we haven't seen much from him yet. But if you're new here, I want to say thank you for even making it this far into the video. And I'm Coach Rob, the founder of SCArecruiting.com, where I rank the best track and field recruits across the entire nation. And if anything that I say actually connects with you, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe. But if I don't, just let me know in the comment section, because I try to read them all. Because we know there was a time where he was the fastest boy in high school, it's pretty easy to compare him to all the other men who wore that title in the past. The year right before him, the boy who was at the top of the leaderboards was Arian Knighton. And you already know how fast he is now, because he turned pro, also signing with Adidas, and never looked back after it. He's even earned his seat at the table as one of the Avengers for America's men's sprinting group. He's one of the few men who've won world championship medals and made Olympic finals repeatedly. The only reason why he doesn't have a world championship gold medal in the 200 is because he has to go through Noah Lyles in order to get it. In the year right before him, it was Matthew Bowling, who actually chose to run in college and did win NCAA championships, indoors in the 200 multiple times. He's now running on the pro circuit himself. He actually switched up to the 400. He does have a world championship gold medal in the mixed relay, but other than that, he is still knocking on the door to make Team USA for an individual event. And you probably forgot about America's fastest boy prior to that. It was Anthony Schwartz, who was a football player and a track athlete. And football is the sport that he chose to focus on, which is why we really didn't see him on the track in college, at least not seriously, or anything beyond that. But hey, the NFL does seem to pay well. And right before him, the answer to the question of who is the fastest boy in all of high school was actually Noah Lyles. There's no need for me to fill you in on what he's doing right now, though it appears things are coming full circle, because Jaylen Slade is now training with the exact same man who practically wrote the blueprint on how to be a high school phenom, turn pro, and then climb your way all the way to the top of the world. You didn't just do it once, you did it again and again. So much so that you cannot win a gold medal anymore, at least not on the world stage, if you are not able to go through him. And historically speaking, at least over the last 2 years, nobody's been able to pull that off in the 100-meter dash. So no, I have no idea what the future of Jaylen Slade's career will look like. I'm just glad that there is a future for me to talk about going forward, because he still remembers what it's like to be all the way in the front of the race. And if he is back on the track now, knowing what expectations we actually have for him, he must believe now he can do it again. In the sport of track and field, race day is honestly the easy part, because all of the real work gets put in when nobody is watching. When you wear every day is training day gear, you can let the whole world know that your success in competition is not an accident. Order yours at scarecruiting.com/shop or use the link in the description below, and it always comes with free shipping. It's a huge support to me and this channel, so I can continue to make you more content like this. And remember, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe.